See what happens. I'm slightly good. That's just fleet. Not gonna attack cities. This is the question mark. I need to see what they do. In about 2 turns though, I might be able to dismiss the Eldritch Horror. So again, their attack power in these situations will crash basically. Assuming we get lucky again. That's the problem. So they're gonna send another stack of units or an army, and they're gonna retry this. That's what they're gonna do. Gives me time to heal, I suppose. I prefer a structure. Public space would allow for a hospital. Not be a bad thing, but the fights aren't that frequent. And we are healing rapidly. I mean, in 2 turns, Camille will be back to full health. She had, I think, around 10-20 hit points, so she'll probably be at full. She'll be probably around at 70 hit points on the next turn. So either way, really need to heal her. Your alignment has changed from neutral to slightly good. You have become more good. His happiness plus 100. Those giants. I don't have a force to send against those giants. Right. Take your time. We have Fortune and Alliance, because they were released as vassals, right? What do they have here? They have nothing. They're gonna lose this in a second. Doesn't particularly matter. Galleon warships. I imagine they're just gonna come here and sink my fleet. As long as it's a single ship, there's nothing I can do about that. And I'm not sending just a couple of extra ships here. I want the 4-man group with a construction ship attached. Something that can reasonably take on enemy fleets, and if they survive, they'll be at full health pretty much. We could get extra militia here. So troops through casting. Not like I have anything else to do with these. Gotta do something with the magic. No one is attacking us. What exactly do we get? Fire spitting, son of a bitch. I honestly don't really care because it's still range attack power. I wouldn't say things are great there for us though. But even in the previous fight, a couple of those might have made exactly the difference we needed to be made. It's not an empty thing. Definitely lose this. We probably will pull back with the infantry. I don't see why we would sacrifice it in a fight like this. Actually, I can. Why That's horseshit, by the way. I mean, I didn't want it to join this fight in the first place. It was in the city, why the fuck would I want him to join? I'm thinking of loading. It's a waste of the hunter, and it's one of the only few melee capable frontline units in the entire city. I'm not throwing away on a pointless fleet fight. I didn't realize that it would go this way. I mean, rather, I didn't realize I just couldn't pull back the unit. Right. So. There's no point producing the fleet there with the enemy fleet harassing it. So this city has to do something else. Just don't have the luxury to do that. Buying units, but it can't. We would need an entire production facility, which is very expensive and all that. It just, no matter what we do here, it's not gonna make much of a difference. Some melee capability wouldn't hurt. Some ranged capabilities wouldn't hurt. We don't really have a way to recover damage. So a halfling builder, maybe with some reinforcements. Pony rider. Doesn't have to be much. Yeah, I think we'll leave that at that. You just get the fuck out of here. As long as they're just hanging around here, I can't exactly move away, but I need to move away. So what are we gonna do? Well, with the ability to banish things and maybe a couple of war machines, we might be able to hold on to this. They don't have all that much going for them. The two stunning sons of bitches. Right, we are producing war machines already. Suppose we could... we definitely want the range combat power. So yeah, once those... at least another trebuchet is produced, then I think I'll just move. I need to move on the other side of... oh, there's some kind of structure. Well, the city where they attacked from. Right, but the road goes north, so there's very likely a city there too. I would be attacking there first though, because that's where the nasty men came from. Join up with the fleet here. That would make 5 galleons and a construction vehicle. I'd have to hurry things up a bit. I mean, there's 7 warships coming. No immediate threat here, so I'm thinking of just going exploring. They're more or less, I suppose, okay with us doing this. I don't know if we need troops here. The opposition isn't great. The resurrection thing seems to be the only real threat there. So everything we kill will just jump back up. They have a single unit that is very resistant to physical damage. The rest is more or less trash. Well, not necessarily trash, but nothing dangerous. The Wraith King is the only good thing they have. Honestly, it is very good though. Easy to underestimate, let's put it that way. Still, I don't see how how could they really be a significant threat? They're gonna be boned so fucking hard if they just attack, because I can do a huge amount of non-physical damage if I want to. I'll go in defensive mode. So this is basically a lot of level ups for us. If we prevent the Wraith King from resurrecting, we'll be fine. Someone just has to sort of sit on him. Just making sure that no one's going to get resurrected here. We just need a little bit of our injured enemy groups and we can end this on the next turn. But minor injuries, nothing serious on us, while they're very much. Easy, easy, easy. So what's my reward from this? I think from the earlier sites we probably just get more or less a couple of shitty items and then buckets of shit. 2 elite party time robots. Tireless, so infinite retaliation when in guard mode. Silver skull cap of the moon. Spirit protection. Defense resistance, it's a good item. Probably better than what she has. 2 defense. Yeah, I think this is better. Mainly because we're not gonna be all that vulnerable to this type of physical attacks all that often. Draconians mostly use range, energy or fire attacks, not physical attacks. Ooh, you level up. Is this the last level up? No. We had a plan, I think. I'm pretty sure we had a plan. Force field. That was the plan. So absolutely when we need it, we're going to be very, 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 very resistant to it. Weapon kit. Target friendly infantry or pikeman unit gains fire, blunderbuss, sabotage, throw mate. Bad. Pest control. Armies gain animal, fey, monster slayer. Not bad, but not particularly good either. Immolation probably isn't all that great against draconians. I can enhance my character maybe with a healing ability. So, although that's with the party time. Well, party robots is not gonna make much of a difference since they have nourishing meals. Much else? What is this? Yeah, we saw this in the vision earlier. I'm sort of interested in taking a look. At the same time, this is sort of unprotected at the moment, which is no good. Now raise the militia. Not great for the city, but still better than no defenders, so... Ooh, shit. More troops gathering here. Not saying anything too impressive, but that's only a matter of time. Are in pursuit. I don't think we have the luxury of waiting anymore. Why am I QQing so many galleon ships? Hurry up. In 2 turns we have a full stack here. That's about time it'll take for them to reach us. Okay. Send birdies south. You'll meet with those guys, then proceed to do something. I don't particularly care what it is, but something. There isn't gonna be a major attack coming against this group. Still need some kind of a melee component, so I'll do a... Do you have a healer? Yes. So we're gonna need a pony rider. Range combat would still be more useful in general, so maybe I'll make another pony rider. Don't really have the funds for this, so it'll have to wait for a while. Gonna be tough pulling out of here. We absolutely have to have the ability to banish the Eldritch Horror attempts. The damage is, I suppose, okay even if the banishing attempt doesn't succeed. The problem is I would have to have the hero there to be able to do something good with it. Restores 20 health to all units in a 2 hex radius around target location. Dispels any fire buffs or fire debuffs present on those units. Machine and unit units cannot be controlled. It's okay, I guess. Ability to dispel stuns wouldn't be bad. I'd like summon units. I would really like summon units. Some kind of strategic spells anyway that we could use. 239 mana coming in and I can't do shit with it. Maybe some kind of a... Nothing really worthwhile. Cast a Dredge, Siege and Storage. We're going to have to make some kind of offensive move soon anyway. Yep, I don't think we want to produce anything extra here. It is a significant defense force now. And I need to store up my funds for a while. I'll wait one more turn before leaving here. Wait for the 6th flying unit. The purpose of this would be to secure this entire southwestern sector, get the neutrals to the quest for them, and kill this flying son of a bitch here, and get the city away from him. That should be our first priority. The city itself isn't that big, so it won't be able to produce anything decent for a while. So even if we take some time reaching it, the enemy force defending it will be weaker than what we have to send it there. What about you? Now this is the sort of a question mark thing. What is this? Heart of the Tropics. Has the ability to inflict scorching heat, produce units, and remove all tropical terrain penalty. Okay, it's not that interesting. I suppose we're sending another stack to attack the enemy areas here. Probably should secure this area. I mean, they're not gonna be able to defend everything at the same time. It looks like they're moving around a little bit. So they have a significant force here, so leaving is sort of troublesome. At the same time, leave we must. Resurrect a hero. These are all terrible spells. But we have to get through them. I just don't know if there's any kind of a golden grail waiting for us there, or am I just wasting my fucking time? But at the same time, I know, need to spend it somewhere, just research it. Next turn we should have a full stack of defensive forces here. It's not good. It is not. At the same time, that doesn't mean that we should not leave it. I mean, we're not. We cannot win by sitting here, scratching our asses. To make some moves. One more turn and our fleet will start to move. They have this one big fleet that might be able to oppose us, but I don't think even that's really possible, which means we should be able to... We want to move more or less here and start wiping out these constant pieces of shit moving around, maybe scout out a little bit. I think we should move in this general direction, even if we don't get all that much out of it. There's still a couple of treasure sites here we could also try to get, but I think we're sort of moved past that. What we need is to try to move into a position where we can end this entire scenario, not get some kind of a bucket that allows us to fling shit again. Big problem is we still don't have a scouting unit, so this is sort of just go moving in blindly. This is not a good idea. Never is. Gonna switch our places here a little bit. We could attack them. Problem is we would have to do it on water. How big of a problem is it really? I don't actually know. Let's try it out. This is very likely one of their most important cities. Yeah. Only two of our guys would even take part in the fight. Right. We'd have to go into the water first, right? Okay. Guess it makes sense. Yeah, I think they'll basically just retake the city immediately if I leave now. The two flyers are a bit too much. Two stunning guys. A lot of fire throwers with no fire resistance on the war machines. Yeah, this is not gonna work. At the same time, do we have fire immunity? Yes. The firebomb thing is not gonna work. Conan scouts. What we need is, well, we need flyers here. Something significant. Although the raptors are actually pretty good. They have more health than the flyers too. For a defensive fight, they might be good enough. I'll have to produce something. And all the cheap ones will basically produce units that can do fire attacks, which are no one gives a shit about. Alternatively, we could try to develop berserkers, things like that. I don't have to go for it. Yeah, this is not a good situation to be in. Why does fire bombs do electrical damage? The unit has an additional +2 physical and +1 electrical range damage. Has mind control immunity. Inherent. Okay, so the firebomb would do some physical attack damage. Mind control immunity means what? Charm, convert, dominate won't work on it. Where the fuck does this come from? What exactly are you, Flamer? It's an archer unit. I think we probably have something like that on the irregulars. No? Just the archers then? Right. Yeah, I'm not sure what we could do to fix this. Not anytime soon with the amount of money I have. Just don't know. So we're stuck here for longer than I thought. Nothing bad should be coming our way, really. They don't have the troops to do that. Right, this is our final galleon. No, 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 no. What the fuck is going on? Right, we have our fleet ship. Why are you producing so many of these? Ah, because we have the... Fuck. Right. Infinity build. I don't think we need to do anything else for a while. We can't really afford it anyway, so... Where did the Eldritch Horror go? Joining in up on the fun, apparently. Are you doing infinity builds? No. The more research. We need units at the moment quite badly. Wait. This should be a huge change in the situation here. I don't care a shit about you. Can't do anything. Finally have a good offensive stack here. Where exactly do we want to go? We could attack the neutrals, they're sort of annoying me. No, we have a clear goal. While the neutrals are aggravating at times, I don't particularly care about them. They've been running around for a long time and they have basically done nothing. What we need to do is reach that place as quickly as possible. No negative moral penalties until the end of their next battle. Right. Right, so we might be a little bit stuck here for the moment. Because the enemy pressure, but we still have two good offensive stacks making progress at the moment. We have the fleet being sent out, so even if they get stuck here with all their offensive capabilities, we are still going to be able to make progress. So this isn't exactly the worst thing ever. We are going to need extra forces here, because I don't want to get stuck here for too long. Conan flyers are probably our best bet. Because it's very hard to attack any kind of location with a lot of flyers. Alternatively, fire immunity creatures, but it's the stunning that's the problem. And I need something non-fire to attack the enemy. Raptors would be faster and cheaper to produce. They have a decent amount of health, yeah, because we have thoroughbred mounts. Also, but they do half of their damage is fire, which a lot of people are resistant against. So flyers seem to be sort of the solution to this particular problem. We might want a couple of others because yeah, fire protection is 0. But we could still take out those, right? I think I'll produce flamers. Because I know how annoying they can be. And maybe a couple of flyers on top of that. So a secondary defensive stack. But for now, I don't think we're gonna go anywhere. Heptatopia. Be the first to acquire 7 towns. You receive plus 100 base happiness. Necromancer players will receive a 5% to city income. So we are very happy people. Which we already were. Absorbed into Empire. This could be attacked at any moment really. So if you could build some kind of a proper defense force, that would be great. Not that I have the cash for it though. Draft. The caster's units gain plus 200 morale and it cannot desert. Yeah, sounds like something I would like to cast. Best morale. Will be very resistant to any kind of moral effects. The luck means survivability directly. It's not a minor thing. What do we gain from going on this section though? I guess we basically just are gonna see what's going to happen more or less. I'm not sure. I really could have used some kind of shitty summoned creature that we can use to scout. I suppose I have baby krakens at the moment, but not exactly impressed by that. We could also try to get more equipment for this guy while we move forward. We certainly could use it. She could even get 1 additional level up. That would be spells. Might be worthwhile to go after too. That would be rewards and monsters. The enemy will likely take this fortress. That's the Eldritch Horror. Yeah, I think we're going to go through the treasure sites, moving east constantly, see what basically comes available. Right. Anything action here? They have to be aware of our army's presence. A lot of ships. Other metropolis. Not really worth casting any spell on this city. They have repairing walls, self-repairing walls. Good for them. We need to evade the fire attack, so only 1 unit will get affected. But they're so fucking boned. I need to check how much the banishment costs if I cast in a fight like this. 50% of my casting potential, and it might fail. And they all die. Well, they're still gonna get flanking attacks with those. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just surround it a little bit and put things on guard. So if he truly wants to fly around, he's going to take some damage out of it. Alternatively, okay, actually that's a terrible thing to do. We need to attack. It makes more sense. Why? Because it'll reduce their movement. So if I basically guard here, he could still move and probably get a couple attacks on a flanking position. But if I attack, he has no maneuverability left. And he can't move because we already are next to him. So he basically is forced to just attack us and do nothing else. It's much safer approach. He did the only thing he could really do, which is just die, basically. I'm not sure. I suppose I could absorb this. The distances between cities because of the river is just fairly significant, but it makes much more sense usually to take them under control. At the same time, I'm not gonna build anything here. Just Lisa's vassal, I guess. If we have a chance to take out individual warships, I'm gonna take them out. Once they get into huge stacks, it's a huge problem trying to do anything to them. Yeah, I think this is the first galleon I've seen anyway. So I think we took out a decent production site from them. It's nothing too dangerous now, but the galleon would have been a huge galleon production site would have been a huge problem at some point. Can't fire the cannon. We might be able to ram. I can't maneuver too much. Where to next? There's neutral here. I think we want to proceed in this area, generally speaking. It looks like there's a fairly sizable city there. I have no idea what it is. What I do know is that the opposition can't be allowed to get a hold of it. Ooh, is that a... I think that's an instant level up for all your guys. I wouldn't mind giving to these guys. We'll get armor piercing. And these are pretty much on their own, with their natural shitty healing speeds and all, so the better they are, the better we are. Just wait. Not a super fan of this waiting thing though. It never really works well. Red spider egg. Yeah, I was sort of wondering this, why aren't we getting the spider egg? I mean eggs anymore. They hatch into mounts. We're gonna send it to someone though. Can we send it to someone? Ernest Thistlewood. Simply because Ernest will be transferred to the next scenario no matter what, so I want to make sure that he's the one who gets that thing. Where do we want to go? Suppose here. The entire plan was always to start blocking them moving along these narrow channels and bring in attack forces. Ooh, that's another big city. I think I noticed another border somewhere else. So go here and do maybe something useful, or try to push toward guaranteed location of an enemy city. We survived the little... okay, it's not that big of a city, it's smaller than this one. But it's gonna be troublesome if I don't take care of it. Either way, I'll leave things here. I don't actually recall when I started playing this session. We haven't been able to do shit here, but at the same time we seem to be tying the enemy's hand in place. So while we aren't achieving exactly great things here, we are holding the line while the secondary army stacks are now closing in on neutral and hostile cities. So my amount of resources I can utilize are massively increasing, while theirs are constantly being dwindled down, and I'm having more tools in my little casting box to counter some of the things they can throw my way. Any surprises? Yeah, they're bringing in more troops. They're not gonna attack until they're fairly certain of their victory. We could sort of try to attack through here, but I think there's a water area. Domain invasions, but they're just ships. Quest. Urgent matter. It could improve the relations. Okay. Kill some dudes. Stop deviants in exchange for 41 gold or draconian chargers. What exactly am I forced to kill? An ogre and a half-an bard. We don't have a capability of doing that though. That's a big problem. Well, I could send troops from here. Why not? It's not like there's any kind of forced threatening our presence here, and once the galleons arrive, it's not actually that simple to try to just cross this piece of water here. So I can shield them for a while. I think there's no quick way for me to get here. Yeah. So I can't ignore it now that I've accepted it. Suppose I could do some shitty defense units here. I can't afford it. Just in case they try something. Something easy. Keep going. Yeah, keep going. A draft. Hero Slay instills the Empire's forces with a burning desire to fight those who caught it as the greatest warriors alive. Casters units gain Hero Slayer. Units with Hero Slayer deal additional 3 points of damage against hero units. Which is totally worthless because his hero ass hasn't been shown in a long time. I suppose it doesn't really matter. Just to take more steps toward that direction. Sooner or later, useful things are gonna come. Okay. They're a metropolis for us. Is that still actually a quest? 5 metropolises. I think no one gives a shit about this anymore. It got changed to something else. Being completed actually. Like, you're not gonna do a shit. You are going to do what exactly? Two choices, either go east or try to secure the neutrals. I think we were going to the neutrals. Adds a level or promotion to the army. Thank you very much. We should be seeing some kind of a border here. It's already at hostile control. Yeah, this is a big fucking problem now. But I'm glad I know. This is a big change. Still, we have a significant stack of units here. Most of their attention could be concentrated there. I think I might have, yeah, I have the movements to actually attack on the next turn, and we're a long way, but there's no units to spot us. I'm not crossing their borders yet, so there should be no notifications either. I think we have a good chance to do a blitzkrieg strike there, because none of our armies generally move in this area, so they might not have a huge defensive fort. They have a big city there though, so it could have anything defending it. I still think they're mostly going to be trying to get here. Ooh, we're definitely going to attack. Reduce their naval power. Also, the losses hurt. The morale is going to start to suffer in general combat. Constant defeats after defeats after defeats. I don't think there's a good way for us to get both of them in the line of fire. Yeah, the builder can't really do shit while it's on board. Oh, combat-wise at least. Still, they have a full stack of combat units they can throw my way. There's no way in hell we're gonna survive without casualties. Well, we can get reinforcements fairly close by, not that big a deal. Go, go, go. Need to land on the next turn. Yeah, I think we can attack the city on the next turn. So, yeah. Now I'm gonna end here. Two of their large city, well, I'd say town and a metropolis are under threat, and they should have no real notification of our approach at the moment. So there's actually a very good chance we might succeed on both attacks. Don't want to really cast anything on their cities. Don't want to give them any notifications coming. Not sure if that's gonna really work our way or not. But yeah. I was thinking we sort of wasted our time. I mean, maybe minor case here and there, but I think we're closing on the putting an end to this. They probably have a couple of cities here, then the major center of government here. So let's say half a dozen cities at most, and on the next turn they'll probably lose a third of those. So I don't think they have the capacity anymore to maintain massive armies, and I'm definitely going to keep pushing on the two stacks that aren't being tied down. On the other hand, if they pull any of this shit away from here, I'm attacking their cities immediately with the main stack. So I think in a session or two we're basically putting an end to this first mission. But if I hadn't wasted the first 30 turns, I think we would have been had a much easier time of it. I knew it was basically shit when I was playing it, but I just didn't have scouts. Well, I had 2 scouts and both were killed pretty early on, so that was the end of that.